finally have more news about The Witcher 4, which is great for two reasons. One, because we have been starving ever since that last trailer that we had, leaving us with more questions than answers. And two, because I finally get to talk about my favourite franchise of all time, which I don't make nearly as many videos as I should about. CD Projekt Red has just unveiled fresh details through a stunning tech demo at Unreal Fest 2025, giving us our best look yet at the next chapter in this iconic RPG series. As a huge fan of the Witcher universe, from Sapkowski's gripping books to The Witcher 3's unforgettable story, the last trailer that we had left us hanging with Ciri's dramatic entrance and a glimpse of a new monster, but so many mysteries remained. Where is she headed? What's her next challenge? And now we've got answers, or at least more clues to unpack. In this video, I'm going to be counting down 5 key things that we learned about The Witcher 4, from Ciri's starring role to the game's ambitious open world design and its new setting. Now, if you're as hyped as I am for the next adventure on the continent, please be sure to consider subscribing and liking the video, as it helps the channel hugely. So first up, we know that Ciri is confirmed as the protagonist of The Witcher 4, a major shift for the series that brings it with expanded gameplay mechanics tailored to her unique abilities, setting the stage for a fresh take on the Witcher experience. In The Witcher lore, Ciri is a pivotal figure. She's the princess of Sintra, daughter of Pavetta and Duni, and adopted daughter of Geralt of Rivia and Yennefer. Ciri's lineage as a child of the elder blood, inherited through her mother's side, grants her extraordinary magical abilities, including the power to travel through space and time, a trait that has made her a target of the Wild Hunt in The Witcher 3. Now, raised partially at Kaer Morhen, she trained as a Witcher under Vesemir, learning swordplay and survival skills through the trials of the grasses, typically fatal for women. Now, despite this, Ciri's determination saw her adopt the Witcher path in one of The Witcher 3's endings, where she takes up a silver sword to hunt monsters, a path that The Witcher 4 clearly builds upon. Now, Ciri's starring role also opens up new narrative possibilities deeply rooted in her lore. As a child of Elder Blood, she's tied to ancient prophecies about the end of the world, a theme very much explored in The Witcher 3 when the White Frost threatened the continent. Her journey in The Witcher 4 may delve into unresolved threads, like her destiny as the harbinger of change, or her struggles with the immense power that she actually wields, which often overwhelmed her. Fans of the series have long debated Ciri's potential as a protagonist. Some worry that she may overshadow Geralt's legacy, while others like myself are excited to see her take the center stage and see what CDPR can actually do with her story. Her role as a Witcher also raises questions about her place in the world. Will she face the same prejudice as Geralt did, or will her loyal lineage and magical heritage set her apart? The Witcher 4 promises to explore these themes, making Ciri's journey as the protagonist a thrilling evolution for the series. Next, The Witcher 4 is shaping up to be the most immersive and ambitious open world RPG in the series to date, leveraging cutting-edge technology to bring the continent to life in ways that we have never seen before. Now, the tech demo showcased several features that promise to elevate the open-world experience far beyond The Witcher 3's already immersive map. One standout feature is the nanite foliage, which renders dense, high-detailed vegetation all across the landscape. Now, picture the forests of The Witcher 3's Crookback Bog, but now every leaf and blade of grass is rendered with such lifelike detail that you can see every texture of bark all the way the sunlight flickers through a canopy. This level of detail isn't just a visual eye candy, it's more of an enhancement of immersion for monster hunting, a core part of the Witcher experience, allowing Ciri to use the environment more strategically, I guess, hiding in tall grass or tracking a fiend's footprints through a muddy grove. Seeing those high detailed footprints as you track these monsters is going to be a massive step up for both gameplay and for our immersive experience. Now, another fantastic and huge feature is a fully responsive world, which takes the interactivity of open worlds to new heights. In Witcher 3, Novigrad felt alive with its crowded markets and scripted NPC routines, but interactions were very limited. Villagers might comment on Geralt's presence, but their reactions were quite static. Now, in The Witcher 4, the world reacts dynamically to your actions in real time. For example, if Ciri draws her sword in a village square, NPCs might scatter in fear, with some running to hide while others call for guards. Maybe if she casts a sign like Igmi to light a torch, nearby villagers might gasp in awe or suspicion, reflecting the continent's complex attitudes towards magic, especially after the mage's persecutions in Novigrad. Now, in particular, the demo showed Ciri walking through a market where a merchant haggled loudly, only to pause and lower his voice as she approached. This kind of responsiveness makes every interaction feel real and meaningful, deepening that role-playing experience, also tying in with the Witcher lore, where witches are very much often feared or distrusted. These features collectively aim to create an open world that not only surpasses The Witcher 3's scale and beauty, but also deepens the core of the Witcher experience of exploration, investigation, and survival. Now, the third revelation, and probably my most favourite, is the fact that The Witcher 4 takes us to Kavilla, a region that we have never explored in the games, but one that is deeply woven into Witcher lore, offering a rich backdrop for Ciri's journey and the potential to reunite with some familiar faces. Kavilla has always been a huge interest to me, especially after the whole romance options between Triss and Geralt, which I always pick hands down. I'm Team Triss. When they talked about settling down in Kavilla, I've always wanted to go and visit it for myself, just to see what I was working with. In the Witcher universe, Kavilla is part of the powerful Northern Kingdom, located far north of Redania near the Dragon Mountains and just west of Kaer Morhen. Kavilla is renowned for its immense wealth, derived from trade and its famous glass industries, and its strict neutrality in the continent's war, a stance established in the books during the First Northern War in Blood of Elves. This neutrality made Kavilla a haven for those fleeing combat, especially mages, who often sought refuge there due to its progressive stance on magic. Unlike places in Novigrad where the Eternal Fire persecuted sorceresses, in The Witcher 3 during the quest Now or Never, Triss Merigold orchestrates the escape of Novigrad's mages, smuggle into Kavilla aboard a ship, ensuring their safety from the witch hunts. With The Witcher 4 being set in Kavilla, we're almost certain to encounter some of these mages, and likely Triss herself, who may have stayed in the region to protect her fellow sorceresses. Now, the tech demo showcased a far view of Kavilla's winter capital, Lan Exeter, a massive port city that rivals Novigrad in scale but offers a completely different atmosphere. It's a city inspired by Venice in the lore, a city built on water with no streets, so the local navigation is done entirely via the Great Canal. As well as that, Kavilla's broader region offers diverse landscapes that could enrich exploration. Beyond the capital, Pont Vanis, which might serve as a secondary hub with a warmer, summier vibe, is considered the summer capital, perhaps a place for festivals or political intrigue, given Kavilla's role as a trade powerhouse. Now, while Kavilla is a mage's focus, this leads me nicely to my fourth point, that it probably won't be the only place to explore in The Witcher 4. CDPR has a history of crafting expansive games with multiple regions, and we can speculate on what those areas we might visit are. The Witcher 3 set a high bar with its diverse regions, and I can only imagine that The Witcher 4 is going to raise it even higher when it does the same thing. A possibility for somewhere else we'll maybe be able to visit is Povis, a neighbouring region within the Kingdom of Kavilla, and Povis is often mentioned alongside them in the books. Now, it is a coastal area known for its rugged terrain and independent spirit. In the Tower of the Swallow, it is described as a land of fishermen and sailors with a history of resisting Kavilla's centralised rule before their unification. As well as that, I wouldn't be surprised if we're able to visit some other surrounding regions, such as either the Dragon Mountains, maybe Kaidwen. So many options with different landscape and experiences to show us. Maybe we could even go back to Skellige, who knows. But just to put speculation to the side, I think it's absolute for certain that Kavilla won't be the only place we'll be able to visit in The Witcher 4, so be on the lookout for any upcoming news about the surrounding areas that we may be able to visit. And finally, The Witcher 4 footage that we've actually seen is a tech demo running at an impressive 60 FPS on a standard PS5. But CD Projekt Red has made this clear that it isn't the final game, which sets some very important expectations for what we can realistically expect on release. Now, this tech demo was completed with ray tracing for realistic lighting and reflections as well, and that is a pretty big deal, especially when you compare it to The Witcher 3's launch on PS4 in 2015, which targeted 30 FPS and often dipped below that in dense areas like Novigrad markets or Crookback Bog swamps. Now, a 60 FPS performance on a base PS5 suggests CDPR is aiming for a smoother, more responsive experience, which is obvious for its date. Now, a tech demo is a curated slice of the game, designed specifically to showcase the best case scenario for the technology being used, and in this case, Unreal Engine 5. Now, as a disclaimer, it isn't quite the full game. Instead, it is a controlled environment where elements like advanced AI, complex quest scripting, or large-scale open-world systems aren't fully active. Now, in this demo, it means that the footage focused on rendering Ciri's movements, without having to account for the game's full load, like managing hundreds of quests, dynamic weather across the entire map, or enemy AI across multiple regions simultaneously. This allows the demo to run at its highest possible fidelity, showcasing showcasing what Unreal Engine 5 can actually do, but doesn't reflect the game's final performance for when we've seen all of those systems running together. Now, for comparison, The Witcher 3's early trailers look stunning, but the final game on PS4 had to make compromises like lower resolution textures in some areas or reduce crowd density to maintain stability, something CDPR might possibly need to do again here. The tech demo also raises questions about how The Witcher 4 will perform across different platforms. On the base PS5, achieving this level of performance in the final game seems optimistic, but a PS5 Pro released in 2024 with enhanced hardware might get a bit closer to this demo's quality, potentially offering that 60 FPS. Now, on PC, performance will vary widely depending on your hardware, so it's pretty hard to say what PC you have because I don't know. But mid-range systems could struggle very much, such as my PC. So what does this mean for the release of The Witcher 4? Well, the tech demo proves that CDPR is aiming high, pushing Unreal 5 to create visually spectacular looking games that could set new standards for RPGs, which I'm sure they will do. They are the benchmark for this. However, the final game will likely require optimization trade-offs to run a smooth game on a base PS5, and we should keep our expectations in check. 60 FPS with ray tracing might be reserved for those higher-end hardwares like the PS5 Pros or powerful PCs. So it's always super important to keep our expectations in check and understand that a test demo is the perfect possible outcome for a game. But that'll be all for this video. Let me know what you think. Are you excited for The Witcher 4? And are you happy with this tech demo that we recently just saw? Sorry if this video got a little bit waffly with my speculations and rumors, not maybe giving you necessarily straight facts like I was meant to. I just get way too excited about discussing all the possibilities and all the things I would love to see in this game, but I'm just a big idiot. Don't worry about me. If you did enjoy the video, please be sure to consider subscribing and turn on post notifications for all future videos.